The question asked by Rohit is how to get a wealthy life. Obviously, we need to first understand what is wealth. What is wealth, right? Commonly, you take wealth, you understand wealth as something that you accumulate, something that you possess. So wealth is something that you acquire, right? That is your common conception of wealth. That is the notion that comes to your mind when somebody uses the word wealth. That it is something that I acquire, correct? You acquire your identities, you acquire your certificates and money, right? Wealth, as commonly understood, is not just the accumulation of certain riches. See, what all do you accumulate? You accumulate relationships, you accumulate prestige, you accumulate a certain reputation, and that is what you commonly call as wealth. This is all that I have obtained from outside. This is all that I have obtained from outside. We are trying to understand what wealth is, and to that end, we are first looking at the general notion of wealth. What we usually mean when we say wealth. Correct? We usually mean something that we have taken from outside, which includes not only money but also relationships, name, fame, a certain social credit. Moving into a more fundamental question, why do we gather all this? I mean, there must be a certain reason, a certain cause. Why does one acquire all this? Why does all this accumulation take place at all? It's a very funny thing. You know, there is this child, and you tell the child, the society that is, tells the child that life is worthless unless you have acquired this, that and that. Society says that life is worthless unless you have money, reputation and power. You must acquire all this, right? Obviously, the child is not born with this notion. This notion is drilled down into him. That you must have money, reputation, power, and only then life is worth living. Alright, you tell that to the child. Statement 1, you must have money, reputation and power, and only then life is worth living. Statement 2, society says, only I can give you money, reputation and power. Now combine statement 1 and statement 2 and you will know why we acquire wealth and what is happening in this process. We said it's something very funny. Statement 1, your life is worthless, and both the statements are being made by the society to the kid. Statement 1, your life is worthless unless you have money, reputation, power. Statement 2, only I can give you money, reputation, power. And you combine these two and what do you get? What you get is, become my slave. Your life is worthless unless you have a quantity A. Statement 2, only I can give you A. Hence the conclusion, become my slave, otherwise your life is worthless. Only I can make your life worthwhile. We do not acquire all this out of our free will. We have been conditioned, enslaved to acquire all this. We are going into the general notion of wealth. What do you think? I mean, why would a man in his right senses keep running after accumulating all this, that, to maintain his network of relationships? He is sending out 1,000 cards on New Year, on Diwali and such occasions. And there is an incessant thirst in him. I must have more money and more money and more possessions. Why would any man in his right senses do all that? Because it has been drilled deeply into him that unless you do this, your life is worthless. It is not his own understanding. He has been conditioned to believe that unless you have this, life is nothing. He has never experienced life on his own. He has just believed that this must be true, that these certain things make life worth living. So he goes on accumulating, and the more he accumulates, the more he proves that he is a slave. He is slave of the same forces that are making him accumulate. This is the truth of what we usually call as wealth. There is a truth of what we usually call as our accumulations. This accumulation is something that you have. This wealth is something that you have. There is another wealth. It is not about what you have, but about what you are. This first kind of wealth that we talked of is all about what you have. There is another wealth which is not about what you have, but is about what you are. Now this wealth, of course, cannot be given to you by anybody. And sure enough, this cannot be taken away by anybody. The first kind of wealth leaves you highly insecure because that wealth came from outside and it can go back to the outside. Somebody gave you a particular reputation and somebody else can take back that reputation. Your reputation is in the minds of others and others can change their mind. So you are always highly insecure. The first kind of wealth generates a deep fear within you and makes life miserable. This second wealth leaves you highly secure because it is about who you are, what you are, and that cannot be taken away by anybody. It is about understanding. It is about your intelligence. It is about the shine in your being wherever you are, in whatever situation. And that nobody can give you and nobody can take away from you. It comes to you by dint of your existence. The very fact that you exist as a human being, it is there with you, but it remains hidden when you are running after the first kind of wealth. Are you getting it? When you are running to accumulate, to get wealth, you totally forget that you are already wealthy. And it's such a funny thing, totally amusing. In your race to acquire wealth, you forget that you are already wealthy, that it's already there with you, and that no one can take it away. And that its value is far, far greater than anything that you can ever possess, than anything that you can ever get. You are a little surprised. You want to ask, sir, what is that wealth? We don't know of that wealth. That's the reason why we are running after the first kind of wealth. That wealth is your own being. The very fact that you can understand right now what is happening is that wealth. It is not insignificant at all. It is not a small thing at all. Look at the wonder of science, this camera. It diligently keeps on recording all that I always say, and it never misses anything. But the poor fellow never understands anything. Sitting over here, in just a few minutes, there is a lot that you have understood. And that is such a supreme wealth. Nobody can give it to you. Science can't give it to you, society can't give it to you. You have it and you can't lose it. Yes, it can remain hidden, but you can't lose it. We have spent our lives chasing the first kind. I invite you to explore the real one, the second kind. And then maybe things will be a little different. You'll be a little less afraid. You'll feel a little more secure. You'll be less apprehensive, less fearful. And that's worth it. That's worth it. Yes.